Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs. Welcome to the Mind Your Business Mentor podcast, where we help individuals who want to be entrepreneurs build a life and not just a business. My name is Stephanie. I'm your host and your mentor. And in this episode, we'll explore the importance of having a vision for your MYB lifestyle, how to create one, and the steps that you can take to make it a reality. An MYB lifestyle is all about creating a life that aligns with your values and your goals, and having a clear vision is essential to achieving that. Could you imagine putting together 1,000-piece puzzle without a picture of what the puzzle should look like when it's complete? How would you know what colors would go where? How would you know if the edges, if you were working with the top of the picture or the bottom of the picture? How would you know whether or not, just by looking at a piece, whether it fit inside this particular position of the plan, the entire puzzle, the incomplete puzzle, until you try to put it in? So I want you to picture this puzzle the whole time that we're talking about building a vision for our lives today. Without a clear picture, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Without a clear picture, you might not know where to start, so therefore you don't. Without a clear picture, you may try to force a piece in a section where it doesn't belong. We do this all the time. We live our lives without a clear picture as to what we want that life to look like, what experiences we want to have, what people we'd like to be surrounded by, and what value or how you show up in the world. It's not clear to you, so you're kind of just okay with anything and everything. If you get presented with an opportunity, you wouldn't know whether or not that opportunity was viable or valuable to you, because you don't know how it would fit into your vision, because you don't have a vision. And if you get presented with something that's undesirable, you don't have a gauge to say, oh, I think I'll go ahead and participate in this, or I think I will sit this one out. That's not my style. How would you know? You don't have a vision for yourself. You don't have standards for yourself. You haven't identified your values and prioritized them that help you make these decisions and help you recognize something as something to the effect that I want to reach out to this and bring this into my world, or I need to keep that at bay. A vision can help you do that. A clear vision gives you clarity. Clarity is like gold. Clarity is like a superpower. When you're really clear on what you want, you know whether to step right or step left. You know whether you want to look up or look down. You know whether you want to turn to the, whether you want to turn or keep straight. You know where you're going. And it just makes all these distractions and all this noise that's out here a little bit more peaceful for you, because it doesn't necessarily fit inside your puzzle. So therefore, I don't need to direct my attention, be confused, and waste a lot of time indulging in it. Now, sometimes we do indulge in things because we want to know more information, or we need to know more information before we can truly determine whether or not it fits in our puzzle. So we're going to interchange the word puzzle and vision as the same word as we walk through this podcast. Now, here are some steps to help you create a vision for your MYB lifestyle. Number one, we want to identify our core values. Start by asking yourself the most important questions, by asking yourself really good questions. And that would be like, what are the things that you value most in your life today? You might want to think about things in the past, maybe not. We'll talk more about that in the future in regards to referring to the past and where the past has its power and where the past needs to keep its place. But, my opinion. But you want to write down and prioritize those core values so that it can give you some direction. You want to visualize your ideal life. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living the ideal life. What does it look like? What are you doing during this time? Who are you with? And where are you? Are you traveling all over the world in exclusive, exhort style accommodations? Are you at home in Denver, Colorado? Do you live in the mountains? Do you live in a tiny home that is filled with so much character and warmth? Where are you? All these details will help you crystallize your picture, will help you visualize it so clearly that you'd be able to write it out within a few weeks. This is an exercise that takes time. And also, as a disclaimer, you must understand that this exercise never quite ends. You may have a bottom line goal or vision for yourself that never changes, but the details of what that looks like and the details of how to get there will change because the world changes. You change. You learn more. You're exposed to more innovative ways of doing things or a simplified way of doing things. As you learn, you figure out that a couple steps that you thought you had to take, you no longer have to take because there's a simpler way, to do it because you got more knowledge on that particular goal or the outcome of that goal or the steps to achieve that goal were brought to your attention. Well, we want to set goals that align with our values. And based on those core values and our ideal life, set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. SMART goals, SMART. That will help you achieve this vision in a timely manner as well. Now, we want to develop a plan. As I stated, the plan will change, but you want to develop a plan of action to outline each step that you need to take to achieve them, and then break them down into smaller action steps or tasks, or what we affectionately know as habits, our daily habits. We will be doing those on a daily basis, which feeds into a larger goal, which is a piece of a bigger goal, which is a piece to the entire puzzle or vision for our life. Finally, take action on the plan. Don't wait for a perfect time. Don't wait to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfection. There is just contentment and satisfaction that you want. It's what you want. That doesn't make it perfect. It makes it perfect for you, but it doesn't make it perfect. So don't wait for the perfect time, and don't wait for you to be perfect before you can take action. Start today and take consistent action toward your goal. Now, when I first started my entrepreneurial journey, I had a clear vision of what I wanted in my life. And I knew that I wanted to help people to make a positive impact on the world. But I wasn't sure how to make it happen. What medium was I going to use? What process was I going to use? Was it going to be in teacher form? Was it going to be from a distance as a speaker? Was it going to be as a coach? Was it going to be as a liaison or like I was in the community for so many years? I didn't know what it quite looked like or how I was going to get it done. But by me identifying my core values and setting specific goals, I was able to create the plan that aligned with my vision, and you are listening to a piece of that today. I'm taking consistent action by learning more and pouring what I learn into this podcast for my loyal listeners. and I am going to be able to turn my vision into reality. Now, I'll share just briefly what my one of my goals is, because it's not a life goal. I guess you could call it a goal that would be on the bucket list, but I actually have a time frame of it. And you know, if God says the same, it's not a bucket list type thing, because I'm going to be doing it in 2025. In 2025, I want to travel the world. I want to travel the world with my children and other friends and family members sporadically, and I'll explain that in just a second, for an entire year. My goal is to travel the world and share a private itinerary with my closest friends and family members so that they know where I'm going. And if they want to um, arrange their vacations to meet me at a certain destination, then we can all meet there and stay in one big bungalow or a mini mansion, or some Airbnb complex with multiple rooms, or they can meet us there and do that. And I picture this. This trip around the world is for exposure. The trip around the world is another level of self discovery. This trip around the world is to get to know my children on another level, because they're grown, they're older now. And it's also to get myself involved and hands on in the life that I've looked at for so long from a distance. I just want to be hands on. So I thought I'd share that with you to get your mind going as to what you may want. And like I said, this is just 1 year out of how many years that I'll be blessed with to grace this earth. But this is just 1 year, but it's such a big goal, and it entails so much, and it involves so many other people. It's a very significant goal. And what does life look like when I'm done traveling? You know what? Now that I don't have a clear picture of, because another reason for the travel is I may be finding the next place that I want to live. I may be finding the next way that I want to live. Different cultures and way of looking, perspectives of looking at things, and touching history, and visualizing the stories that I read about in the Bible, because I'm physically in the places where the story took place originally. It's just, who knows what all of that is going to bring out. And because I know that trip is going to have a significant effect on me, I don't want to write the chapter after that, because that chapter will be discovered during that journey. Having a clear vision of your MYB lifestyle is essential to achieving a fulfilling life. By identifying your core values, visualizing your ideal life, setting goals that align with your values, developing a plan, and taking action, you can and you will create a life that you will love. Take some time today and start creating that vision for your MYB lifestyle. Write it down, visualize it, get SMART goals into place, develop a plan, start developing those habits and taking consistent actions toward your goal. Thank you for listening to the Mind Your Business Mentor podcast. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform to be notified of new episodes. I hope that you have an amazing day. And remember this, please remember this. You can create an incredible vision for your life as long as you mind your business.